See you.
I got the recording. All right, good. Happy Friday. We're back.
Happy Friday. Thank you,
Awesome.
Dash.
How
How
are
are
you
you?
doing? How does it feel living in your dream location now in San Diego?
It's surreal. It's surreal. So I every day I talk to my wife. I was like, did we really do it? I feel like we used to do it and it would be a vacation and I knew we come back, but now we're like, oh, we go home. This is our home, and it's just it's surreal,
A different
and
feeling.
I mean,
Awesome.
there's no doubt it's the diamond of America. I feel like it. Beautiful,
Awesome.
everything. And there's so much to do with the kids. But for us, I still feel like maybe it's a dream, and at the same time, I was like, was it that easy? You just pack and then you go, and we thought about it so much, and we went back and forth and all these reasons. And I sometimes just make a decision and you just go.
Awesome. That's a
And I
big goal that you accomplished.
yeah, and
Yeah.
sometimes I feel like, holy crap, how many more times I do that in life where I just don't jump and I
Yeah.
don't take a leap of faith. So it's
Awesome.
interesting. I tell you something very interesting because I really do want to share this because I didn't get a chance to share this with you. And I was like, you'll love this. So a couple of months ago, my wife started packing boxes. And I said, honey, what are you doing? She's like, I'm just packing boxes. I'm putting it out in the universe. I know that we're going to be moving to our dream. I was like, right now, we're not moving anywhere. I'm busy with the office. She's like, don't worry about it. I'm just putting some boxes, packing some boxes, and maybe one day we move. Very slowly over the 2 months, she started doing that. And of course, in the last few weeks of it, we met with a realtor, and the realtor just flew us in and said, come in, look at some houses. And then we came back, we made some offers, and one got accepted, and then they gave it to somebody else. And I told my wife, honey, don't worry about it. We just lost on this opportunity in this house. I am 100% confident we're going to get something better. And literally the next night, we got there was another home that came on board, and it was in better location, nicer home, more square footage. We both blown away, and they immediately accepted our thing, and it was just so easy. And my wife said, well, let's just give ourselves some time to move. I said, no, we made a decision. Let's do it now before Thanksgiving. So literally the weekend of Thanksgiving we moved, and
Beautiful.
here we are. And
Yeah.
then when we came, and this is that you're gonna get a kick out of it. When we came, we were driving, and I told my wife said, Babak, I have two wishes. One was to move to San Diego for a dream place. The other one was hopefully to get my parents from Iran with a visa to come to US. So then I looked at it and I said, and we were in a car, and I said, Parisa, the rule was they come to America and then we move together to San Diego with your parents. So you always are not alone. But we already resolved part of the equation. We moved. So I would assume they're gonna have to be here soon. And then she was trying to pack some of their pictures. I was like, no, 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 put their pictures on the wall. This is gonna be their room. They're coming. 2 nights later, she was in the bathroom. She runs out. She's like, look at this letter. Look at this letter from immigration. And I was like, what? And she was just like, look at it. And they said they have an interview, and we've been waiting for this for like 16 months. They have an interview
Wow.
for the for and lit, on January 8th, their interview is coming. So they're gonna go to the embassy and interview. And the whole time I'm thinking, holy crap, I can't believe this. I mean, really, when you put your mindset into something, there's no, I'm like a firm believer of
That is
now.
amazing. So this is Dr. Babak Bebahani, my friend and dentist from Phoenix. His dream, his seagull is to want to move to San Diego with the whole family, and he made it happen. I just want to have a couple questions. What was the biggest challenge you were facing in your life that brought you into my coaching?
It was a stress of the business. It was just getting wrapped up in a tornado of the dental business. So I just, I felt so convoluted from everything else. I couldn't. And I remember on one of your meetings, you said, stop. Just, I asked you how you're doing and give me something positive, and you just giving me everything negative. Are you breathing? Are you eating? And for a moment, I was like, wow, I am breathing. I'm eating. I have a family. Everything is okay. Why am I just so harsh on myself? So I was in a time where I really was in a bad depression from from work
You're a lot
and
happier now. I
things
can
that
see that.
yeah.
And see you smiling again.
Oh, always,
So,
always. I
um,
told my staff I refuse to wipe the smile off my face. You guys could try harder, but it will just fuel me more. I'm gonna smile more. So
awesome.
give it to me.
Yeah. So, how has
Uh,
your experience been with the program so far? What have you
and
learned,
I'm gonna say
and
I'm probably
what's made the biggest impact?
I'm sorry to cut you off, but I feel like I'm the worst student. I feel like I didn't follow the directions as I should have, and I'm ever more motivated to go back and be like, okay. But I just think just you said something that always it's my golden rule, and it was the gratitude. And multiple times you send me even gratitude videos, and I never ever thought how important that could change your mindset
Yes.
and put you back into good mood, and just
Yep.
sometimes I honestly, it's funny, I get up, I'm like, I'm so grateful for my cuticle or for my nail or for my heating seat in a car, my
Uh-huh.
stereo. I'm grateful for, and it's automatically you just feel happy. And sometimes I have this biggest smile. So I tried this with my staff, one of my staff, where I said, manifest, just, and she came up to me. I talk a lot, by the way. So Dad, if you want
Yeah.
to cut me off anytime, please cut me
Okay.
off. But I,
Love
I
it.
know I know
Mm.
you like these stories because, and I have literally manifestation meeting with my team, and I say, manifest what you want, and it will happen. So, and one of my staff shared, and she's like, Dr. B, I've been waiting to get, and every day I tell myself, I'm so happy and grateful that I'm gonna have some money soon. And I always use that Bob Proctor, that I'm so grateful and happy and grateful now that money is coming from all sorts of income. And so she did that. And then she came in one of the meetings, my front office girl, Melissa, and she said, Dr. B, and she was crying when she came into him. She said, I just have to tell you something. I was like, what happened? And she's like, I just kept doing this for the past like 2 months. And out of the blue, I get two checks. They're all like each $800 from an accident that happened a few years ago. And I was trying to settle it. And there were just remaining checks that it was supposed to get to me. I didn't even know. And then, oh, and also she's like, my son just had a baby and he's younger and he's not really accountable. He's just not a very good kiddo. But she's like, also now I've been manifesting for him things to happen for him and a new baby. And he all of a sudden got a job that is paying him like $5 more per hour from what he was doing. And she's just like, and I just kept thinking, and the whole time thinking about you, that you told me manifest. And I was like, it's it's crazy how things happen once you just
Yeah.
put your mindset to it. So I am so careful what I think about now. I mean, to this day, my wife, just now we went out with the kids and she said, do you think my parents are really coming? I was like, don't say it. I was like, don't say it. Don't you say it. Don't you say that. Just say, where are we going to go to eat when they're here?
Only
That's
think
what I
about
want
what
to
you
hear.
want. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Just say,
amazing that you start teaching it to your wife, your kid, and your staff,
I'm
and everyone
afraid to
around
think
you.
otherwise. I honestly am afraid to think otherwise because I just feel like it's gonna happen, right? And so I say,
Yep.
I don't want to think about it. So just think about where we're gonna take him to dinner, where we're gonna take him
Uh-huh.
to go visit, because I don't want. She's like, what if they get FBI background check or whatever? I say, don't even use the B word, the background check. I don't want to use it. Okay, so it's unique, but yeah.
Awesome. So another question is, how much total time and financial freedom have you gained back?
I think I'm still I think from a mindset standpoint, I'm free to think. I am free to look back into investment. I'm actually free up. I don't necessarily make as much money, but I'm at the point at the cusp that I'm hopefully I'm okay. I told my wife I'm okay to literally just wrap my little office and say, thank you very much. Give me a new journey. And somebody can have it, and it's a lucrative office. It's great, but and I was to a point that I was like, I'm not ready. I don't have the money. I can't do this. I can't do that. And of course we are renting in San Diego, but even then, so much cheaper than buying. So I wouldn't say I got millions or I got wealthy, but it's just my mindset is a lot
You're
calmer
free.
from not having things that I stress about having and thinking about how to have it, and they will happen in a different way. So I'm just more content in a sense, just training myself to be content, and I'm just excited for the next journey because I'm pretty confident now money is going to flow from different source of incomes, and
Exactly.
and then I met you, and I signed up with the HSA people, and I'm just open. I always say I'm open. I'm either gonna get hit pretty hard, my arms are open, and just hit me, and either I get stronger or I learn to dodge and be able to hit back, and that's to me is how I feel like it. But
Yes. So
I think just my
freedom is from
mindset
the
being clear.
inside.
Yeah,
Freedom is from the inside.
yeah,
Financial wealth, happiness from the inside. When you understand the stick person,
yeah,
So you have
yeah.
that in you. So the one more question I want to ask you, with your newfound knowledge, what are you most excited about accomplishing in your new life?
I always told myself, and maybe when I told you, like, write your goals, and I look back on some of my goals, and I'm the worst student. I'm so finicky, but my entire phone is filled with either surgical procedure or Bob Proctor and Jim Rohn and just motivational thing to just every day my subconscious is thinking about it, and
Yep.
and that grateful. So, but my goals are different, and I told my wife, I was like, why am I going to settle for 5 or 6 million retirement? Why can't I be that person that I could do 20, 30 millions? Where is it? I know it's somewhere and it's within my reach. I just have to go find it. So the possibilities, and I was the biggest, it was something funny. It was like the biggest risk in life, you risk it all, is it's not like if you risk it, it's not like you're gonna get out of life alive. So that's the biggest risk in our lives. You're not gonna get out alive, right? So I figured if that's at the end of it, it's gonna be that. So let me risk it. Let me just get out and let me experience. So it just makes it much more doable. I mean, I'm traveling every day, and people are like, aren't you tired getting in a plane after work and then getting in Phoenix? And then I was like, no, I don't see it that way. I see it as I get to
Awesome.
catch up with my work as I'm waiting for the plane. It gets delayed, no problem. I get to catch up with more work, write my dental notes, look at my pictures, and I feel like, you know what, it's funny because I spend so much more time with my kids, because when I see them, I honestly smell them. I was like, I haven't smelt you for like 4 days, my kids. I'm like, let me just smell your hair. So you just miss them more, you appreciate it more, and I feel like in the past 10 years, my biggest issue with the practice, but it's always been there. It's always gonna be there. And then I remember someone told me it's gonna be there after you. So once you die, your patients and your generations after, they're still gonna be in that location. Somebody else, another owner, is gonna be there. So that in itself is going to just calm me down. So I'm just ready for the next phase where I really,
Awesome.
really manifest millions of dollars coming to me from passive income. That's my next
Nice.
endeavor.
Yep. So that's I'm gonna ask next, what is your next step with the new mindset?
I read your
Shift in
mind.
mind.
Yeah. Um,
Awesome.
I just, it's interesting. I don't know. And the fact that I don't know is exciting. Um, but I'm gonna manifest more and more and more. I'm gonna manifest that I'm gonna have, my practice is gonna just kind of run itself. That I could be a boss just looking over the practice, and I could have team and accountability that do things for me just because I manifested, and that's what I really, really want to do.
Awesome.
But honestly, I tell you right now, I'm sitting here, and my wife is walking back and forth, and I think I have check marked everything in life. If I truly look back, I wanted to get an education, I did. I wanted to have an office, I did. I want this and this and this, I did. I wanted to have a car that somewhat of a dream car, I did. And so now I'm thinking, holy crap, let me dream a little bit bigger. Let me see, maybe I
Yep.
could, what do I got to lose? You just got to sit down and dream it.
The only thing,
I'll dream
the only
anything.
prerequisite is, what do you want? You have to want it. You don't need to know how, right?
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
you
yeah.
you will find a how. The beauty is
Yeah,
in
I mean,
the
we
how.
still look and sit down at this table in San Diego, and I'm like, how did this happen? I mean, people say you plan for it. I was like, Ian, I did not plan for this. I mean, it was my mindset, but I just literally packed up. And the first box you pack up, then the second box you pack up, then you get more serious about packing up all your boxes. And before you know it, just things fall in place. We've talked about it for 3 years, and there was always an excuse. Um,
Awesome.
so,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Always a great pleasure to work with you, learn from you.
yeah, thank you,
You
Dad.
know, we just build up our relationship together, and just amazing. Happy to see you, exciting, happy with your family, and then you have new thing going on, your next thing. and
Yeah.
it's amazing, you know. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank
No,
you
I
for
appreciate that. I
putting
mean, there
all
was
that
some.
hard work in.
I mean, I still, I always think, holy crap. And there are times that I said, oh man, dad is not going to work with me because I'm not doing the homework. And you feel like a student. And then when you truly believe that when you read or feel something, you just have to let it sink in, simmer in. So yeah, I got to pick up that book and read it because I've skimmed and I've still not really truly believed in reading it and really get more out of it. But it's the fact that there's some times that you really pulled me out of the gutter just from a mindset of being grateful. Just say it. Just say that you're grateful that for what you
Yes,
have and that you're gonna have more. And that automatically is a choice that makes you just more prone to good things happening. So, and it's interesting. I do it with people around me. I do it when my wife is a big believer in the laws of attraction, but sometimes we fail at it. We suck. We get busy, but I
awesome.
think there's some true times that you help me just be like, hey, just stop it. Everything's okay. Shut up and just focus on what you
Well,
got. So
I'm grateful for your trust in me and for our friendship, you know, how we
yeah,
met. And
yeah,
it's just a coincidence also. But, you know,
yeah,
continue. This is a journey. Yeah. I'm still at the beginning of my journey. You know, I'm
yeah.
53, you're young, you're 36, you start way earlier than me. So keep going. Never stop this journey. You already have it in you so much.
Mhm.
Keep going, continue to study. You have it for the rest of your life. And I commit to studying for the rest of my life. And I don't know what else I can create. Same for you, right? That's
Mhm.
you can create for your life.
Mhm.
Thank you
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
And,
Thank you,
uh,
Dr. Dad. I appreciate you. Thank you.